So even after completing Assassin's Creed Shadows and continuing to play through the game, there are a ton of things that I wish I knew sooner, and that is why I'm bringing you this video. There are tons of new things coming to Assassin's Creed Shadows and a lot of stuff that players don't actually know about. We're talking about knowledge points, we're talking about the castles, we're talking about loot, and of course we are talking about the huge open world with its own secrets. So in this video, I'm bringing you guys the top 5 tips I wish I knew sooner within Assassin's Creed Shadows. So let's get straight into the video. Now this is in no particular order, but the first one is complete the first 2 assassination missions. Yes, this is a given to anyone that wants to progress through the campaign, but there's a couple reasons why this is important, and you should complete this first before running off and starting any other side quests. The first one is, once you assassinate either of the 2 first targets, you will gain access to Naoe's 2 extra weapons. Now these weapons are my favourite to use in game, and that is the Kusarigama and the Tanto Blade. Not only that, by completing these first 2 assassinations as soon as possible, you will unlock a lot more of the map and some more side activities. You'll also gain a ton of loot and in turn money, allowing you to purchase items for your settlement, and it also means you can purchase new gear from the different shops and merchants around the world. And by completing the missions, you will gain a bunch of XP. XP being huge in Shadows, giving you a ton of skill points as well, which you can use to unlock skills and abilities. Now second on our list is completing the knowledge point tasks. Now knowledge points in Assassin's Creed Shadows is the only way to unlock more skills and abilities within the mastery section of the game. There are 6 levels within the knowledge points section, and to progress through them, players will need to complete a bunch of different side activities. 1 or 2 that are Naoe and Yasuke specific, and the rest that are available to either character. First you have shrines, the simplest of the lot that sees players use the new observe mechanic to locate 2 to 3 shrines within a location. Once they have found them, they will have to go to them and pray at them in order to complete the task and gain the point. Then we have the free running courses known as paths. Each path is available in the game from the beginning and holds special loot at the end of each one. You can check out my tutorial for these if you haven't already. Once completed, players will gain a knowledge point, which there are 4 of, so it's worth going and doing them. For Naoe, only she has access to the Kujikiri side quest. Kujikiri is a meditative prayer where the player uses a combination of hand signs, breath, and visualization that induces a powerful mental state. Naoe uses this throughout the game and the world to ground herself, and for the player, as you complete one, you'll actually be able to learn more about her past and find out how she became the shinobi we know and love in the game. And of course, you get knowledge points from each one. Yasuke, on the other hand, performs something called kata. In this, the player will have to match the inputs to successfully perform a different number of sword movements. At the end, players will once again receive a knowledge point, and the last one being castles. But castles, they deserve their own point. Now number 3, as mentioned, are castles. Now they are not rare in the world of Shadows, and players can expect to stumble upon them quite regularly. However, just because they're everywhere, this doesn't mean they are not good. In fact, it's the exact opposite. Within castles, players can expect to find the best and most rare gear for both Naoe and Yasuke, with each castle offering something different. To top it off, each castle is filled with a generous amount of chests that offer gear, weapons, and items for your hideout. And with the hideout being a huge part of Shadows, you can bet you'll find a ton of loot to secure for your hideout, including wood, coal, hay, etc. But one main thing about castles is that you actually have to take down between 3 and 5 samurai daisho. Now these are extremely difficult enemies that you will need to progress through the game a little bit so you can take them on. Each castle is different and has a different amount of daisho between each one depending on the size. Once you have taken down the daisho, you will then be able to go and loot the chest with the legendary gear inside, and then you will get that beautiful knowledge point. Next we have looting. Now whether it's from a dead enemy, a bunch of chests within a castle, a fort or just out in the world looting everything, you won't only get a bunch of weapons or armor or resources for your settlement or money, but it'll also get you a ton of valuable items. Now, valuable items will vary in what they are, but do not worry because you can't actually use them. But you can sell them, and that's the important part. Now, to sell the items, all you need to do is go to any merchant within a town or city and simply sell them the things you do not want. This can be the valuables, it can be the resources for the settlement, or even your weapons and gear. It can all be sold. Now, there are different merchants within each city, some deal in outfits, some in resources, and some in weapons. Whilst you can sell to anyone, it is worth selling specific items at their own specific merchants, as you will get a slight increase in payout. A very nice and easy way to make money and get some good gear whilst leveling up. And last but not least, we have contracts. So contracts are something that a lot of you will have seen in previous Assassin's Creed games, but in Shadows, they've implemented them to give the player more things, including XP, items, etc. You can accept the contracts from your hideout or your kakurega. The objectives do change every few days, so players will never run out of things to do. The objectives can range from killing a group of enemies, assassinating a certain target, or destroying some supplies. Completing these should be on a player's priority list because of the rewards. You can get thousands of XP, resources, and gear by completing these contracts. And whether you're in the early game or end game, XP is needed to level up the characters and progress through the story. Now, of course, there are a bunch of other tidbits, information, different stories, and everything else in between that you guys will need to know whilst jumping into Assassin's Creed Shadows. But this video is just going over the things you need to know when jumping into the game. Also guys, just a quick one, I wanted to let you know about my giveaway for a copy of Shadows. Now this is on any platform you want, whether it's Xbox, PS5, PC, Steam, the Ubisoft Connect hub. I don't know why you'd want it on that, but either way, you have a chance of winning one. Now all you have to do for a chance to win is like the video, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, and also comment down below what you are most excited about in Assassin's Creed Shadows when you can finally get your hands on the game. With that said, that is the video done. However, I am going to leave you with another gameplay clip. This one is from a separate contract, one we have to assassinate a target. I just thought it was cool and I wanted you guys to see it. Hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video.